Well, it was actually through your job that you discovered the Western interpretation of Ikigai, that
Hmm.
Ikigai Venn diagram. And you shared with me it was at a tech conference,
Yep.
and you had this experience where you obviously saw, I think it was a colleague who presented the concept, and you said to me it didn't sit right with you, and it bothered you for quite a long time. So yeah, do you want to recount that experience where you're at the tech conference and someone's up on stage saying, "Hey, I'm going to introduce you to the Japanese concept of Ikigai."
Yeah, so I was attending a tech conference virtually, and yeah, the speaker started out with, you know, what's your Ikigai? And then it was about like a career path, and if I remember correctly, and I saw the Venn diagram, and it really bothered me. I think particularly the part that bothered me about was the money, something that makes money. I think it was
Yeah,
one
it
of
makes
the,
you money. Yeah, or that you can be
yeah,
paid for. Yeah.
right. You can be paid for, and then that. Anyway, the overall the diagram really bothered me, and then I kept thinking about it for 4 to 5 days whether I should contact the speaker or not. And I talked with my wife about it, and I went back and forth and back and forth, and decided it's not the best idea, even though it was a conference kind of geared towards diversity and tech.
And
Yeah,
that point's
yeah.
interesting because here you are Japanese. You've
Hmm.
attended a conference virtually, and someone's presented a cultural concept incorrectly,
Hmm.
and you had this hesitation when really you could argue you sort of what you could have done it obviously in a polite, positive way and just say, hey, that's a useful framework, but it has
Hmm.
nothing to do with Ikigai in the context of Japanese culture. And you still had some hesitation. So I'm wondering if that's almost the Japanese part of you where you're thinking, oh no, I don't want to cause trouble, or I don't want to be perceived as being rude, or because I'm sure in Australia, if someone was explaining,
Right.
say, mateship,
Hmm.
which is about the only unique cultural norm we have, if
Hmm.
they were just explaining as some Venn diagram saying, oh, it's being friendly and having barbecues and drinking beer or something, I would say, what are you doing? There's no Venn diagram. Like, where
Hmm.
did you who wrote this Venn diagram? Who designed it? So yeah, do you think that hesitation was the sort of the Japanese in you, or you just didn't want to didn't want to cause trouble? Which is
Yeah, I think so in some way. Like I didn't want to be super rude. I just couldn't really think of a good way to bring it up. But also, I couldn't put into words what Ikigai is then until I found your blog.
oh,
'Cause I,
okay.
yeah, I started, searching on the web, like good English description of what it is, and because I knew that the diagram was wrong, but I couldn't really like express it. And then you had it broken down by different aspects from like Ken Mogi and other who are experts on Ikigai, and then that
Mm.
started to make sense. And but since it's not like a very easily translatable concept, even though I did explain to the speaker, I'm not sure she would have understood it, and it would be really hard to explain like why why that might not be the accurate description of Ikigai. So I wasn't sure how the discussion would go. And then I felt like it was more important that I know what it is, and then also be able to explain to my friends or like my coworkers or something
Mm.
better than what Ikigai is.